Hello guys, it is Batchat and I am back with another to-go tactics. Today we are going to talk about making yourself a hard target. Now I see a lot of people just stand in front of tanks and they just take a beating for no particular reason at all, or even really putting up a fight. The whole point of making your tank survivable is to use the tactics you learn here to stay alive and save your hit points. So what we're going to go over is 3 potential ways to save your hit points and make yourself a harder target today in order to survive longer. The first tactic is to limit visibility. This means staying hull down, staying on the move, and not giving the enemy a chance to aim at the weak spots, or making it much harder for them to aim at the weak spots with auto aim. Now I see a lot of people literally just sit in the middle of the open and try to aim and give people their weak spots of their tracks, but that always should go along with angling as well. You should always angle when you're approaching a target or attempt to side scrape whenever you're at a long range engagement. Now right here you can see that I'm sitting back and I'm using terrain at this point to keep myself hull down, and I'm on the move. I'm not giving the Chi-Ri a chance to shoot my track, and that is number 3, use terrain. As you can see, I'm moving around constantly. I'm trying to limit the firing angles of my opponents here. So what I'm doing is I'm using the terrain to limit the visibility of the Tiger 1, the Tiger 2, and the T-32, and I'm approaching the Chi-Ri. I'm attempting to stay hull down, and when I'm reloading, I'm always limiting the visibility of my opponents. So right now, the Chi-Ri can only see my angled upper plate because I am back on the slope and I am limiting his visibility of my lower plate. As you can see, we're moving to the left here and not through the middle. We're taking a scenic route in order to avoid firing angles from other opponents. Right now, you can see the Tiger 2, so what I'm doing is I'm angling in and I'm giving him the side of my tank, which is super angled, so that he cannot get a good angle on my upper plate or my lower plate. He can only see my side. What I'm doing here is I'm limiting the firing angle of the Tiger while I'm looking for a shot at the SU. Now what I'm doing here is I'm moving up, angled to the Tiger, so he bounces, and we put a shot into the SU, and we finish him off. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to approach the Tiger and try to limit his visibility on my lower plate and angle my upper plate. Therefore he bounces. Now I know that the Tiger's in a reload, and the T-71 is a good player, so I'm trying to attack him first. What I do is I come at him angled, and I approach him and I try to single him out, which is another tactic we learned during this series, which was the players we need to focus, the target prioritization. At this point, we're moving up on the Tiger. We're going to go ahead and stay angled as best we can, stay on the move. You can see I am not sitting still. I am trying to stay on the move, and I'm trying to angle the best I can so that I'm not presenting an easy target. You never want to go down without a fight. You may take damage. That's just part of this game. But what you want to do is you want to try to reduce that damage you take by any means possible. As you can see, whilst approaching the Tiger, trying to angle, trying to stay on the move. And that gives us a good game. As you can see, we used all of those tactics efficiently in the Defender, using its speed, using its good turret, using its damage, and being able to rush the enemy properly. While I have the time, I just wanted to thank Zimmy and Danny O'Brien, Zimmy from Titan, Danny from Atlas, for helping me with this video. Took a little bit to do because obviously teams have been kind of inconsistent with the latest 112 grind. So now that we've got these videos out of the way, just wanted to thank them for all their help. As you can see, we're here on, I think it's called Canal. Yeah, it's Canal. And we're moving to the medium lane because the IS-3 Defender is more of a heavium, which is, if you haven't watched Anon or Bushka's videos, it is a bit of it's a heavy that's fast enough and has the mobility to act like a medium, potentially sacrificing armor in that trade. So what we're doing here is we're going to approach these hills and we're going to try to limit the visibility of the mediums while focusing out one medium in particular. As you can see, the RU-251 has pushed up quite far, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a hill between me, the Pershing, and the Leo PTA, and then focus the RU. What we're doing here is we're using the speed to quickly limit the firing angles of the Pershing. We get into cover, we go ahead and put one shot into the RU. Now the Pershing and the Leo cannot shoot him. So what we do is we're going to put the hill in between the Leo, the Pershing, and me again. What we're going to do here as well is we're going to limit the visibility of this Pershing. Right now he can only see my angled upper plate and my side armor. He could not quite shoot my track, I believe. And right there, he was unable to do any effective damage. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to move up and we're going to use the terrain to shoot and move back as we take pot shots at these tank destroyers. Unfortunately, our heavies didn't really take the hint and move with us, so right now they're being singled out by the opposing enemy force. As you can see, I put a shot into the Jagdpanther, and I don't sit still on the hill. I see so many people do this, where they'll take a pot shot, they know they got spotted, and they'll just sit there and take unnecessary damage. So the point is to move back, get hull down. If you have a tank with no armor, try to remain unspotted, stay farther back from the bush. And at this point, you're making yourself a harder target. You're staying alive. You're saving your hit points. So right now what we're going to do, since we don't have any targets, we're going to move up. We're going to get in the middle of town because I know that the IS-3 is camping the back along with the T-28. So what I want to do is I want to single out the Borsig. What I'm going to do is I know that there is a spot right here where there is a dead tank. The Borsig shows up unexpectedly, but we angle into the low and he misses. That's the important part. Making sure that we give ourselves the highest chance to either bounce or make them miss. You may get hit in some of these circumstances, but the point is to make yourself the hardest target possible. With the T-28, as you can see, I'm giving myself the chance to have hard cover to my right, so if he tries to shoot me, I can just simply back up and let my teammates take shots at him. I'm presenting such a hard target that he's not even going to bother focusing on me. Right here, I see the Leo PTA, and he's trying to focus on me, so what I do is I start angling, but I'm worried about the Borsig, so I angle to both sides. If the Borsig is going to come up on my right, which he doesn't, then I would have been angled. What I was going to do right now is I was going to rush down into Valley, so we're limiting the firing angles again. We're staying on the move, and we're going to put hard cover and terrain between us, the IS-3, and the Leo. And we're going to keep using that terrain to stay hull down as we approach here. Right now, I just want to see if I can spot the IS-3. I don't need to do damage, but I just want to try and spot him. I know I was going to get spotted, so I move back, and I make myself a hard target right there. As you can see, he's the last ones, so at this point it's more or less cleanup duty. We go ahead and stay angled, moving fast, trying to make ourselves a hard target. He's backing up, so our team is converging at this point, but we still don't want to throw anything away. Surprise ammo racks happen all the time. I have seen it, I've done it before to other people. It's unfortunate, but what you want to do, like I said, is limit that chance for them to have free damage on you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this To Go Tactics guide. I hope you use them often out there. Let me know what you thought of the video. Let me know what you want in the next To Go Tactics guide. This has been Batchat, and I'll see you guys in the next one.